If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com. At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market. Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, CMA Honda of Winchester, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, Hagerstown Ford, Orsini's Home Store, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, and WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good evening from Martinsburg Fieldhouse for day 2 of the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic. Currently going on, it is Cesar Chavez against Light Ridge, but we're gearing up for the Gainesville Cardinals taking on the Jefferson Cougars. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuy, our cameraman tonight are John Alderton and Nick Verzolini. Back at the studio, it's Dylan Bishop as we welcome you into the countdown to tip-off, brought to you by Sunset Water Services, proudly installing water softeners in Martinsburg and Berkeley County since 1989. Spencer, yesterday you were on the call for this Jefferson game as they got a very close win over Millbrook by a final score of 62-60. I know, but you had the play-by-play, so I was going to let you really break it down and talk about that 2-point win to improve the Cougars to 3-1 on the year.
Yeah, it was a 62-60 win, and we saw earlier this year, based on a score sheet, that Millbrook had played Spring Mills really tough. And I believe it was an overtime game where Spring Mills got the win in their first game of the season.
If I remember correctly, it was 59-58.
Yeah, in overtime. So they're a challenging team. I mean, we know this Jefferson team. This Jefferson team's really good. They saw what it is to take on a team that won the state championship last year in Morgantown. They fell. They beat University the night prior, and now they had, I believe, 12 days off between games. They got that 62-60 victory, and we really saw Jamari Jenkins, Jaden Gladney really come alive, along with Will Shively. He had a really good game yesterday, and then we saw the junior Kalen Johnson, the younger brother of Cam Johnson, who's at the Potter House School or prep school post-grad program, and he'll be going to Notre Dame College next year in the MEC. But this team, they're going to run, I believe, 6 guys deep, or 8 guys deep.
Yeah,
8
that's
guys deep.
kind of what it was yesterday.
You saw
there
Chet
were
Gore, the
6
6'5"
guys in the score column yesterday. So.
Chet Gore, the 6'5" freshman, he really impressed for me, honestly. We saw a freshman down at Musselman that has the height as well, and I think that height is going to be to his advantage this year when it comes down to EPAC play. But overall, I mean, Jefferson still booting, rolling it up here to the beginning of the season to January where conference play really starts. But I think, they're going to get a little bit of look at Martinsburg. Maybe the coaches stayed after last night, wasn't too sure. But, they'll have them January 3rd next Tuesday, which you can watch on TV 10 and listen on Talk Radio WRNR. But I think, this Jefferson team this year just reloaded from last year.
Yeah, the season last year undefeated all the way up until, unfortunately, losing in the state tournament. But 23 straight wins was definitely a bright spot and something that we hadn't seen for a while around this area. So it was a special team last year for Jefferson. Hopefully they do the same this year, already starting 3-1. But they're going to have their hands full tonight as Gainesville bringing in some height of its own. Preston White, the center down low, 6'4" sophomore, somebody to really watch out for. And number 13, Grant Polk, a 6'6" junior. Those guys are the keys for the Cardinals if they want to get a win, as the game just ended now for Light Ridge as well as Cesar Chavez. So we'll take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that break, we will hear from both coaches between Jefferson and Gainesville. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 2 minutes.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
You've put up with your water long enough. It's time for Sunset Water Services, your local water solution since 1989, to fix your water problems. Get better tasting, better smelling, and better looking water today. Say hello to drinking your own delicious water for pennies per gallon. Say yes to healthier skin and hair and to softer and brighter clothes. Sunset Water Services delivers your bags of salt to you, so they'll save your back too. And our products come with a 1-year satisfaction guarantee. Call 304-754-9031 for a free water quality test today. SunsetWater.com.
Welcome back inside the Martinsburg Fieldhouse as we gear up for the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic. It's day 2 of high school basketball action, and today's game 1 that we'll have for you. Have 2 games features the Gainesville Cardinals entering tonight's contest 8-2 overall. Jefferson, our local team, the Cougars, 3-1 overall. The second game that we'll have later on after this one is Millbrook against Martinsburg. But let's now get our coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Rock's fast, fresh, friendly. We will start off with the coach of Jefferson, Coach Murray. Will get things started for us as coach for Jefferson and Richard Lewis still not here tonight. And then we'll hear from the head coach of Gainesville, Justin Powers, after that. Okay, Coach Murray, your team able to hang on, get a good win yesterday. What were your thoughts on Jefferson's performance?
Yesterday wasn't our best performance, I think the defense slowed us down a little bit with their 3-2 zone, but the boys were able to pull through. And I told them, after the game, it's to get to the championship where we want to go through, it's going to be some games where we're going to have to grind it out, play half-court offense and defense, and be able to execute and win those tough games.
Somebody that had a really impressive day yesterday, Will Shively, 20 points. Defensively, he was able to dominate down low, really help you guys out on the glass on both sides, too. What did you like from his game in that win?
Well, we call him Captain Will. He's the senior captain, and that's what we expect from him. We told him this year, after losing a couple of the seniors last year, that he has to be more assertive and more dominating on offense and defense. And so yesterday when we was a little sluggish, I thought he took up and became the senior that he was supposed to be, offensively and defensively, getting rebounds and big stops at the end.
You guys take on Gainesville today. They had a very impressive win yesterday. What did you see from them before your guys' game?
I think this should be a very exciting game yesterday. Yesterday, I told them we had fun. Today, I think we're going to have even more fun because they like to get up and down, too. They have a 6'6" guy. I forgot his name, number 12. He's a really good shooter, so we got to get our hands out on him. Their guards are good. They're quick, so they like to push the tempo like we like to push the tempo. So I think we're going to have a good up-and-down game, and I think the fans are going to enjoy it.
What's your team need to do to get the win?
Be disciplined, rebound, and let's make some shots. If we be disciplined, if we rebound, and we make some shots, we'll be fine.
All right, anything else, Coach Murray?
Nope.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Coach Powers, your team able to get a dominating win yesterday against Cesar Chavez. What did you like from your team in that game?
I thought we did a really good job of looking up the floor, pushing the ball in transition. We held them to only like 2 offensive rebounds, so we did a good job on the boards, took advantage of our size, and they mixed in different defenses. I thought we did a good job shooting the ball as well.
Team now 7-2 on the season. 8-2 on the season. My apologies. Thank you. How much has it helped for you guys to really get this tournament in and get back-to-back games?
I think it's great. I mean, before the break, we were 7-0, and then we lost 2 in a row. So to come here and get a win last night, hopefully we can get another one today. But it was good to get some games under our belt before we get back to district play.
What your team need to improve on today and make sure to get the win today against Jefferson?
I think we need to run them off the three-point line. We have to make sure that we get back in transition to not allow them to get any easy baskets. But they also struggled yesterday with their transition defense, so we're going to look to push and try and score on them.
Anything else that you saw from that game against or for Jefferson yesterday that you guys want to exploit?
I think we have more size than them. I think we can take advantage of our size, and if we can control the paint and run them off the line, I think we should be okay.
Who are some guys for your team that we should be watching out for today?
Grant Polk, number 13. He's a really good shooter. He's about 6'6", but he can do other things. He's our leading rebounder, and he can handle the ball for his size. Trevor Moody, number 12, just has a great motor. His defense is fantastic. He can get to the basket really well. I'm hopeful that our big guy, Preston White, can dominate the glass and control the basket. And then also Noah Arterberry, our point guard. He's a guy that can really thrive in transition if he gets out and runs.
All right, Coach, anything else?
No, hopefully we play really good defense and, win the game.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
All right, again, that was your coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Rock's, fast, fresh, friendly, as we are about 13 minutes away from tip-off between the 3-1 Jefferson Cougars and the 8-2 Gainesville Cardinals. So we'll step aside, take another 2-minute break. You're tuned into West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, where accident, injury, and disability lawyers with over 120 years combined local trial experience. When injury or illness has stopped you from working, you may be eligible for Social Security disability. Ron Harmon has been winning disability claims for over a quarter of a century. Don't hire some out-of-state firm. Ron Harmon's in Martinsburg. He will meet with you right here in our office. Get a local lawyer you can trust. Call 304-LAWYERS for a free consultation. 304-LAWYERS or 304-263-0900.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Field House for the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuis for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Our cameraman on the TV 10 side, John Alderton, as well as Nick Verzolini. And back at the studio, who you'll hear from at halftime as well as the post-game of both games that we have for you tonight, is Dylan Bishop. I
don't think you'll hear from him between games.
That's true. So
I don't really have
miss
a
him
lot
for
of
the
time there.
First post game, but
yeah.
The second post game between Millbrook and Martinsburg, you'll hear from Dylan. But it's Gainesville against Jefferson, getting ready, about 10 minutes away from tip-off between these two. And as we mentioned earlier, Jefferson got the 62-60 win against Millbrook, who we get to see against Martinsburg after this one. But 18 points, Spencer, yesterday from Will Shively, a guy that absolutely dominated and really broke out in the second half and was the difference maker with two big threes. And if Jefferson wants to get the win today against Gainesville, they really have to step it up beyond the arc, because even though you still got the win, it was an unusual night, scoring only 62 points when going into yesterday. They averaged over 78 points per game. That has now went down to 74 and a quarter.
Are you trying to steal my thunder?
I was going to let you go off of it.
I don't know, man. I was waiting for a different part of the pregame show.
Well, we'll get into that, but we still got 9 minutes left.
I know. I was just saying you were using my for the next segment of the pregame show.
I apologize, but it's a nice starting point.
For Jefferson, yesterday, this Millbrook team that they played yesterday was a very scrappy ball club. And, I think they might be right at 500.
4-6 now.
Yeah, so they were coming in yesterday, they were 4-5. So when you look at that, they're a scrappy ball club. They kind of made it close yesterday. They were, towards the end of things, making it very interesting down the stretch of that ball game. But Jefferson, they have, in key positions, they have the experience.
Yes, they do, and it's guys that had to step up, and even though we saw them in last year's team, they took more of a leadership role. You heard it from Coach Murray during the pregame interview. They call Will Shively Captain Will, because he's one of these senior leaders for this team. So a game like he had yesterday is something that they need if they want to be as successful as they were last year. And on the other side, I already mentioned two guys, Preston White and Grant Polk, two 6'6" guys and then a 6'4" guy. And they are the key players for the Gainesville Cardinals that it's going to be a tough challenge for the Shively brothers to go up against down low. It's going to be a physical one. That's what we want to see from Jefferson, but expect I think, high-scoring affair tonight as both teams go up and down the court.
Yeah, I would
like crazy for us to try to keep up with, for everybody tuned in to keep up with as well.
I would expect a high-scoring one as well, and the ability that the Cougars have coming off the bench from Wyatt Shively. He was a gamer at the end of last night's game. He clearly was hurt. It'll be interesting to see how much he plays tonight.
He's still in the starting lineup.
Wyatt Shively. Oh, Wyatt Shively is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't have my starters written on this sheet. But it'll be interesting to see how much, if anything, was impacted from last night, because he seemed very hurt for like 3 or 4 minutes, that he wanted to get off the court, and they just couldn't get a timeout to get him off the court. And he's not one of those guys, unless he literally broke his leg, that's going to stop the game to get out of the game. And I think that's going to be key tonight. How does he play? Coming off the bench, you got Chet Gore, Ty Vickers, Moses Talley. I think those are guys that are going to be key coming off the bench to see what the Cougars are able to do tonight. And, Gainesville won a huge, they won a lopsided game yesterday. So it'll be interesting how much they're going to run the court tonight.
All right, let's now get into your shining moment of the pregame show, Spencer, and something that you've been waiting for now, and I made you wait a few minutes longer. And let's start with the keys to the game. The key to your next car is obviously at the Heffley Motor Company, located at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Spencer, you ride with Heffley Motor Company, so everybody else tuned in should too. Take it away, sir.
Yeah, shout out the Heffley Motor Company, Rich and Chase Heffley, along with Kent Waldeck out there. They'll treat you right. They'll treat you like family. That's all. That can't say anything else about them besides they'll treat you like family, and they'll get you a car, get you in a car, the one you want, and a great way to do it as well. But, keys to the game. First, we're going to start with Jefferson. You got to get success from beyond the arc once again. I think that's going to be key tonight when both teams seem to score a lot. That's going to be a big key. Also, to win the battle of the boards, because the height advantage right now goes to Gainesville, and you heard that from their head coach. So you got to win the battle of the boards.
I want to add in one more, and that's that transition defense that we also heard as well, something that Jefferson kind of lacked in yesterday, and it was noticeable, especially for Coach Powers, who, as you just mentioned, not only talked about the height advantage, but he mentioned that as well. So if Jefferson wants to get the win tonight, I think they need to be really detailed and put an emphasis on getting back in transition to not allow easy baskets for Gainesville. And do you have anything for Gainesville other than that for keys to the game, or should we head to players to look out for?
I still got a key to them. I mean, they can use their height to their advantage, I think, is going to be a big one. Also, stopping the perimeter shots from Jefferson, because when they were hot yesterday.
It's true. Let's now get our players to look out for. Brought to you by Sutton and Janelle, attorney at law, a full-service law firm helping individuals, families, and businesses with all of their legal needs. They're at 224 West King Street, Martinsburg, and you can visit them at suttonandjanelle.com.
I think for Jefferson, it's got to be the guy who had the hot hand yesterday in Will Shively. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the term they say. So go back. They're going to go back to him early and often today and expect a bunch of things out of him, as they have all year from Captain Will. And for Gainesville, it's going to be number 1, Noah Annerberry. He seems to be the floor general there as the point guard, and I think that's where it all is going to stem from, the point guard.
All right, there you go. Let's take another 2-minute break here on the countdown to tip-off, and when we come back, we'll get you the starting 5 for both Jefferson and Gainesville. You're tuned into West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But do you know the radon levels in your home? Home is a place to live, love, and laugh, not a place to breathe air containing radon. The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back to the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic at Martinsburg High School. We're inside of the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is a hungry Spencer Dupuis. Our cameramen are John Alderton and Nick Verzolini. And back at the studio, it's Dylan Bishop as warm-ups are ending for Jefferson and Gainesville. Let's now get our starting lineups brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors. That's John Everson and Phil McCoy. You can stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Phone them at 304-263-4343. Let's start with the visiting Gainesville Cardinals, who enter tonight 8-2 overall and coached by Justin Powers. The starters for Gainesville, you have number 1, a 5'9" junior guard, Noah Arterberry. Number 2, a 5'11" senior, Sean Pancheri. 6'4" sophomore center, number 4, Preston White. 5'10" senior, number 12, Trevor Moody. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Cardinals is a 6'6" junior forward, number 13, Grant Polk. As for Jefferson, Cougars 3-1 tonight, coached by Richard Lewis, but he is out today. So it's Coach Murray taking over as the head coach for Jefferson. Starting 5 goes like this: a 5'11" junior guard, number 0, Jaden Gladney, followed by a 5'8" sophomore guard, number 10, Jamari Jenkins. Behind him is number 11, Tayshawn Roper, 5'7" sophomore guard. And then the Shively brothers, number 20, Will Shively, a 6'2" senior, and Wyatt Shively, a 6'3" junior. At number 45, it is Gainesville as the home team tonight, wearing the all-white uniforms with the red numerals on the front and back, outlined in, it looks like, gray trim. As for Jefferson, the road maroon uniforms with Jefferson in gold on the front and gold numerals on the front and back, as the PA announcer inside the Martinsburg Fieldhouse concludes with the starting 5 for both teams. We get ready for opening tip-off, which is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com for more. And Spencer, if you've cleaned up your mess there a little bit, if you're ready to get your mic back on and ready to go.
I am. I was actually about to post some breaking news locally here in the Panhandle. Former Martinsburg football and SU Rams quarterback Tyson Bajan has been invited to the 2023 NFL Scouting Combine.
That is great to hear.
As
Big
we are
news.
sitting in his alma mater right now.
Yeah, and we were waiting for that because we heard from WVU Bryce Ford Wheaton also invited to the Combine. So congrats to Tyson Bajan, as the opening tip is won by Gainesville, and it is Gainesville's Moody going to the right side. His layup no good, rebounded by Shively for Jefferson, and that is the first shot of the game, brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect. They're at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Phone them at 304-263-5131, as the opening possession for Jefferson is thrown away and out of bounds by Jenkins with 7:43 to go in a scoreless first quarter of play. Full court press for Jefferson, inbounding it for Gainesville is Polk. Polk's pass goes to midcourt, eventually gained by Moody on the right side. He drives in, tries to kick it down low to White, and it's stolen back the other way now is Jefferson quickly. It's Gladney. He almost gets his pocket pick, able to recover, find an open guy in the right corner for 3, no good by Jenkins. Down low with the rebound is Shively in the paint, trying to create a space, passing it over to Roper, back to Wyatt Shively now, and Shively's double team, ball stolen. Gainesville Arterberry in the paint, layup contested, but he makes the shot. Gainesville now leads 2-0 over Jefferson with 7:08 to go.
Yeah, great contested shot there, but Gainesville now with the lead.
Yeah, Gladney almost was able to reject it, but it was Arterberry that just got a little bit higher up. Shively kicks it out to his brother Will Shively for three off the front of the rim, no good, and a foul down low, and that one will be against Wyatt Shively, an over-the-back foul with 6:53 left in the first. That's the first foul against Wyatt Shively, the first team foul for Jefferson early on in this 2-0 ball game. Gainesville leads. Jefferson again going with a full court press. It's Arterberry taking it from coast to coast. He now slows down, looks to his right, and floats a pass over his head, covered by Polk on Martinsburg's logo at midcourt. Gets back to Arterberry to run the offense. He dishes it to the left side for Pancheri. Pancheri drives in, kicks it outside to Moody. Moody back to Pancheri. Pancheri drives in, his layup off the glass and in. 4-0 Gainesville over Jefferson. It's now Jenkins. Jenkins finds it right at the top of the key. Roper to the left side for Shively. Shively tries to pass it all the way across to the right corner. It's tipped off the hands of Gladney and out of bounds. Another Jefferson turnover gives the ball to Gainesville. 6:20 to go in the first. It's 4-0 Cardinals over the Cougars. Ball inbounded to Arterberry. Arterberry looking behind him, now slows down the offense, picks up his dribble, passes it to the left corner for Pancheri. Pancheri dishes at the top of the key for Polk. He passes it to the right side. Three-pointer up. No good by Gainesville. It was Moody for three. It was rebounded and deflected. The last second down low off Gainesville, so Jefferson gets the ball.
Yeah, if you're Jefferson here, maybe slow some things down. It seems like they're just trying to do everything way too fast right now.
Goes Jenkins. Gladney for three from the right wing. It's good as Gladney starts off the scoring for Jefferson. Makes it a one-point ball game with 5:49 to go.
And I did say success from beyond the arc was a key to Jefferson, and if they can keep that going, they'll get the lead and keep on track easy.
Turnaround jump shot is good by Arterberry to make it a 6-3 game with 5.5 to go in the first quarter. Gainesville leading. Arterberry now with 4 points. Pancheri with the other two for Gainesville. It's Jenkins in the right corner, passing it to the top of the key for Will Shively. While he makes the catch, reaching in and trying to steal the ball from him was Arterberry. A whistle blows with 5:22 left in the first, and a foul will go against Arterberry for the reach-in. He's not happy with that call. Coach Powers for Gainesville also trying to argue the case. Unsuccessful as the ball inbounded for Jefferson, trailing 6-3 early on. It's Jenkins handing it to Gladney. Gladney splits between two defenders, has his pocket picked. The tip ball goes into the hands of Polk. Gainesville back the other way. Pulling up for threes. Arterberry off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded down low by Moody. Left side of the paint, kicking it out to a wide open Polk at the top of the key. He drives to the right elbow. Shot up and good by Polk. Gainesville now with a 5-point lead, 8-3 with 4:53 to go in the first.
Yeah, and Polk was somebody that head coach Justin Powers said to keep an eye out for.
Jenkins driving in the left side, now backs away, tries to float a pass to the top of the key, intended for Roper. It's stolen by Gainesville. Back the other way is Polk, 2v1. Right side layup by Pancheri, no good off the glass. Getting the rebound is Moody. He falls to the court. Now diving for the ball is Shively, and a tie-up called with 4:28 to go. And this is the up-tempo that we heard on both sides of the ball that they wanted, but right now it's been an advantage for Gainesville as the possession arrow points in the way of Jefferson, who trail 8-3 with 4:28 to go in the first.
Yeah, I mean, it's early, Colin, just a few minutes into this ball game, and got to slow some things down, like I said, and have success from beyond the arc.
Jenkins passes it to the left side for Gladney. Left wing three is good. Gladney with 6 points now, both of them from beyond the arc. It's a 2-point game.
It's like they're backing up what I'm saying out there, Colin.
4:10 to go. Spin move, breaking the ankles of one of the Jefferson Cougars was Moody. He goes all the way into the paint from the top of the key to make it 10-6 That's his first 2 points of the evening as Gainesville leads by 4.
Pretty spread out scoring for Gainesville so far tonight.
Jenkins finds an open man in the left corner. It's Shively. His three-ball miss. It's off the iron. Back the other way quickly as Gainesville stopping instead of going up for a layup was Arterberry. Tries to pass it to Pancheri on the left side. It's deflected out of bounds with 3:45 left in the first quarter. It is Gainesville 10, Jefferson 6. Gainesville will inbound underneath its basket. Inbounding it is Arterberry. Arterberry passes it to the left wing for Polk. Polk now shoots for 3, and he gets it. Polk extends Gainesville's lead to 13-6 with 3:30 left in this first quarter. Almost thrown away. Shively recovers it, and he's fouled right in front of the Comfort Inn table. So we have multiple sponsors on that far side here for the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic. That is a second team foul against Gainesville.
Turn around and see Tyson Bage's father.
Hey, congratulations if you
just
haven't heard.
We just shouted it out, too. We just shouted him out.
And we get a full timeout called by Gainesville, so let's step aside, take a 30-second break. You're tuned into the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Find that new Chevy truck or SUV you've been searching for right here at CMA Chevrolet of Martinsburg. With over 100 new Chevys in stock, you have options. We have the Silverados, Equinoxes, and more to meet your needs. And we are not selling over MSRP. Get power and fuel efficiency with the all-new Silverado 1500 LTD, space and savings on a new Equinox. And that's not all. Every new Chevrolet has a lifetime powertrain warranty. And did we mention we are not selling over MSRP? Find new roads at CMAChevroletofMartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
The Martinsburg Fieldhouse, first quarter play between Gainesville and Jefferson in day 2 of the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic. Your score, Gainesville 13, Jefferson 6. First quarter presented on TV 10 by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations. Robert Fields & Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home in Martinsburg and Wood in Charlestown, Ransom, proudly serving the area since 1880, as well as CMA's Honda of Winchester at 3985 Valley Pike. CMA moving lives forward. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuy. Our cameramen are Nick Verzolini and John Alderton. Back at the studio, it's Dylan Bishop. Jefferson with the ball, gets inbounded. Now Gladney at the right wing, crossing over, passing it to his left side at the top of the key. Back far away from the three-point arc was Jenkins. He finds at the elbow Shively. Shively drives to the right side, puts up a floater in the paint. It's good by Will Shively. His first 2 points of the evening makes it 13-8. It's a whistle blown on the other side of the court and a foul against Jefferson with 3:08 to go in the first.
Yeah, and you know what I said, just some good shot selection. That wasn't necessarily a great shot selection from Will Shively a few moments ago out there. Comes in and gets that shot down low.
Didn't catch which number that foul was on for Jefferson, but it is the 4th team foul for the Cougars. Ball inbounded to Moody. Moody kicks it behind him for Pancheri, and he puts up a three-pointer. It goes in. He now has 5 points. Second three-pointer of the evening for Gainesville. It's a 16-8 lead for the Cardinals over Jefferson.
Yeah, only 2 guys in the scoring column for Jefferson, 4 guys for Gainesville.
Well, now make it 3 as Gladney pulls up, hits a jumper at the right elbow to make it 16-10 as the ball deflected out of bounds.
Colin.
Jenkins, my apologies. Thank you, Spencer.
Yeah, well, because Gladney had already scored.
Gainesville with the ball. It's Polk. Polk passing to his left side for Pancheri, crosses the timeline and gives it back to Polk. Polk swings it over to Moody. Moody driving in, down low off the glass and in. That is Moody's 4 points. It's 18-10 with 2:20 to go in the first. Gainesville still leading over Jefferson.
Jefferson just needs to continue to slow this game down a little bit. It seems like it's just going the way of Gainesville.
Off the glass and in, driving to the right baseline was Shively. Make it 18-12 with 2 minutes left.
He's got 4 points, second leading scorer so far behind Gladney with 6.
Parks with the ball for Gainesville. He finds Pancheri open at the left wing, dishes it to the left corner for 3. It's Polk at one up off the iron, no good, rebounded by Jefferson. It's Will Shively finding a teammate, which is Gladney. Gladney going to slow down the offense for Jefferson, 1:40 to go. It's a 6-point game in the first quarter. For 3, is Jenkins off the rim. No good. Rebounded on the right side by Shively. And Shively puts up a shot after backtracking and then driving in. And he hits the court hard and is fouled. So that sends him to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 1:31 left in this opening quarter of play.
Yeah, and Colin, right here, you just got to make these free throws, but they're winning. It seems like over the last couple moments, they're winning the battle of the boards. They weren't necessarily doing that to begin the game.
First free throw by Will Shively, up around the rim and good. Cuts the deficit to 5 points at 18-13, Gainesville over Jefferson. Shively waits for substitutes to check in before he gets the ball back for his second free throw attempt. Gets the ball back while Shively takes a few dribbles, spins the ball in his hands. Shots up, and that one is drained 2. 6 points on the evening now for Will Shively. It's an 18-14 ball game. Gainesville with the ball. It's Polk passing to the left side in front of the scores table. He finds Parks. Parks dribbles to midcourt. Now dishes it to the right side for Atayam. Atayam in the right corner, driving in, kicking it out to Parks at the top of the key. Parks finds a wide open teammate in the left corner. It's Polk. He pump fakes, takes 2 dribbles to his right, puts up a shot. It's good. They only count it as a 2, make it 20-14.
Yeah, he's now got 7 points.
Johnson to Will Shively at the top of the key for 3. Bang! Will Shively, 9 points, picking up where he left off last night, and it's a 1-possession game at 20-17.
4 of the 6 field goals for the Cougars are threes right now.
Parks with the ball. Passing it to the right side at the top of the key. It's Moody slowing it down. 40 seconds left. Gainesville leads 20-17 over Jefferson. Moody to the right side. Driving in is Polk. Puts up a floater off the glass. No good. Ball tipped around. Johnson had it. He goes to the court. Now whistle blows with 29.4 seconds left. Now it looks like it's a foul against Gainesville. So Jefferson will get the ball with an opportunity to tie it for 3 points. Substitute checking in for the Cougars. It's Talley going in, and he'll inbound it for Jefferson. Also checking in for Gainesville is Raines Jr. Again, 29.4 seconds left. The ball inbounded to Jenkins for Jefferson. He's going to slowly make his way up court, breaking the half-court line with 20 seconds left. Passes to the left side for Johnson. Johnson slowly dribbles his way closer and closer to the three-point arc. 10 seconds left. He now backs away more towards the left side of midcourt. Now calls the play, gets a pick, goes to the left side. Pass deflected. Moody over to the left side for Raines Jr. and his shot blocked right at the buzzer by Talley. That's the end of the first quarter. It's Gainesville 20, Jefferson 17. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're tuned into the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
You need to keep your vehicle in good working order, but car and truck repairs can be very costly. Bears Repair in Martinsburg performs all kinds of auto repairs at prices most often well below their competition. Bears Repair offers tune-ups, oil change and lubrication, small and large engine and transmission repair, wheel balancing, front-end alignment, exhaust system replacement, air conditioning checks, auto inspections, and new tires. Stop by for a free estimate at Bears Repair, 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Phone 262-0208. Bears Repair.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Gear up for the second quarter of action between Gainesville and Jefferson for day 2 of the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic inside of the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Your score after quarter number 1 is Gainesville 20, Jefferson 17. Gainesville will start with possession. The inbound goes to Raines Jr., and Raines Jr. immediately double-teamed in the backcourt from both Jenkins as well as Roper. He's able to find a teammate, and they break midcourt now. At the top of the key, it's Pancheri. Pancheri passes it to the right side. It's swung one more time to the right corner, and a travel violation called against Gainesville. It was Range Jr. kind of scuffling his feet just a little bit too much, getting antsy, and that's a turnover. Jefferson ball with 7:42 to go in the second quarter. Ball bounces twice on the inbound to Jenkins. Jenkins dribbles with his right hand across, finding the right corner, pulls up. The J fadeaway is good by Jenkins. That makes it a 1-point game at 20-19. Jefferson trails Gainesville.
Jenkins up to 5.
Panchuri, though, with a contested layup on the right side that goes through. Puts the lead back up to 3 points at 22-19 for Gainesville.
Yeah, Shively had bodied him there, but he got the best of him.
Pump faking's Gladney at the top of the key, picks up his dribble, finds Jenkins to the right. Jenkins dishes to the left side for Talley. Talley gives it over to Roper. Roper finds Jenkins, and for 3, it's good. We're tied at 22.
Jenkins now the leading scorer with 8 points.
But back the other way, it's Panchuri giving Gainesville the lead right back. And off the mark, three-pointer from Gladney, rebounded by Gainesville. Polk, left side layup is good, and the foul. That sends Polk to the line to shoot, and 6:37 to go. It's now 26-22. Gainesville on top of Jefferson. That foul against Jefferson will be the, looks like, 5th team foul against the Cougars. That sends Polk to the line, waiting for a few subs to check in on both sides. Polk, 9 points now on the night. This could be his 10th if he's able to sink the and one opportunity from the free throw line. He gets the ball, takes a few dribbles. The shot is up and through, so he now has 10 and extends Gainesville's lead to 5 points at 27-22 with 6:37 to go in the second quarter. Inbounding it for Jefferson is Talley. Talley bounce passes it in for Jenkins. Jenkins will dribble down the far side of the court, breaks midcourt, now picks up his pace, finds Johnson. Johnson to Wyatt Shively in the right corner for 3, and it's good. Wyatt Shively, his first 3 points of the night, makes it 27-25. Jefferson now sets up the full court press. Ball inbounded to Arterberry. Arterberry in the defensive paint, double teamed, and he gets a timeout called to save him, and we'll take the 30 seconds. 27-25, Gainesville leads Jefferson. You're tuned into the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for dollar wings and Monday Night Football. Thursdays on the patio for the cornhole tourney. Friday night lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for steak night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
Welcome back here for the Martinsburg Field House. Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Spencer Dupuis, just trying to get our calculations correct on the score column. I got so far Will Shively with 9 points, Jenkins with 7 points, Gladney with 6 points, and then Wyatt Shively with 3 points to total up the 25 so far for Jefferson. On the other side, it's Panchiri with 9, Polk with 10, Moody with 4, and Arterberry with 4. And let's now add up 2 more points, as on the right side in the paint, it is White with a made basket for Gainesville to make it 29-25. Johnson's shot off the iron, no good, rebounded by White. White finds Arterberry. Arterberry goes coast to coast on the right side. Euro step, his layup off the front of the rim, no good, rebounded by Jefferson. Immediately hustles back the other way. 2v2 now. Floater in the paint. It's Jenkins off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Gainesville, who immediately transitions back to the other side, and we have a whistle blown. Blocking foul is going up. Was Panchiri. We'll see if they call it a shooting foul, though, because clearly he was passing to the right side, so it should be on the floor. But it looks like they're going to send him to the free throw line.
I don't know about that one. That's an interesting.
No, he wanted to go to the free throw line. My mistake. Panchiri was trying to sell that he could go to the free throw line, but the refs say otherwise, and now they're going to talk about it.
That was clearly a pass.
All right. maybe they were.
Coach Lewis is back now on the bench for the Cougars, which is good to see after he missed yesterday's game.
So, foul on the floor. Alderberry inbounds, finds an open man in the right corner for three. It's good. Moody now has 7 points, extends the lead back to 7 for Gainesville at 32-25 with 5.5 to go in this second quarter. Wyatt Shively to the right side for Johnson. Johnson now passes it to the right wing for Jenkins. Jenkins tries to dribble through 3 defenders, instead kicks it out to the left for Roper. Roper finds Shively in the left corner. His three-pointer no good. Rebounded down low by Talley, and Talley goes off the glass and in. Makes it 32-27 Gainesville.
Yeah, he gets in the scoring column for the first time today after having a good block down at the end of the first quarter.
Pancheri finds Moody. Moody goes from left to right, kicks it out to the top of the key. Wide open three off the back of the rim. No good by Atayam. Atayam gets his own rebound, kicks it to Pancheri. Pancheri now has another three-pointer. It's 35-27, and he has 12 points. 8-point lead for Gainesville over Jefferson.
Pancheri is just dominating right now.
4.5 to go in the second. Jenkins trying to get some motion for his offense as his pass is kicked out of bounds by White. Goes with 4:31 in the second quarter. Possession for the Cougars. Substitutes checking in on both sides. Inbound on the far side of the court. Bounce passes into Jenkins for Jefferson. He'll find Johnson right next to him after the inbound. Dishes it down low, trying to post up. Finger roll from Wyatt Shively at the left block. No good. Rebounded by Jefferson. It was Talley getting the rebound, kicking it to Gladney. And Gladney's pass goes out of bounds. Last touched by Gainesville.
Yeah, originally it was signaled that it was last touched by the Cougars. The referees got together and said, you know what, it's going to stay with the Cougs.
Johnson, open three in the left corner. It's good by Jenkins. He has 10 points, cuts the lead back to only 5 for Gainesville at 35-30. Moody with the ball for the Cardinals. Spins around, dribbles with his left hand back to his right, kicks it to the right side for Atayam. Atayam finds Pancheri. Pancheri with a heat check three. No good. Rebounded down low. Eventually tipped out of bounds with 3:57 left in this second quarter. And they're going to say it's Gainesville ball, but we have a timeout called by Jefferson. So let's step aside for a 30-second break. You're tuned into the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Welcome back as the timeout concludes. 3 minutes, 57 seconds left in the second quarter. It is Jefferson trailing Gainesville by a score of 35-30. Both teams will step back onto the court. It's Gainesville ball after the timeout by Jefferson. Inbounding it for Gainesville is Moody. Moody trying to find an open teammate. Pressured. Finds the guy down in the left block. It was Atayam. His shot too hard off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Jefferson, who goes back the other way. It was Johnson. Johnson passes to the left side for Jenkins. His three-pointer too hard off the iron. Rebounded by Gainesville. Goes back the other way. It's Moody. Moody, 3v1. Kicks it out to Atayam. Atayam drives in. Steps through. Finds the rim. Goes around the rim. And good by Atayam to make it 37-30. Johnson dribbles at the left wing, now bounce passes it out for Jenkins. Jenkins swings it all the way to the near side of the court for Gladney. Gladney will get a pick, pass it quickly to the left side wing. It's Johnson driving the baseline, and his pass gets deflected, but eventually still retaining possession was Jefferson. It's now Jenkins driving the right baseline, bounce passes it right along that baseline to Johnson. Johnson finds an open teammate at the elbow. It's Talley. His shot is through to make it 37-32 with 2:59 left in the second. And now we have a foul called as well after the play. Second quarter quickly brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg. You go to Orsini's.com as Panshiri gives the give and go over to White. His layup is good to make it 39-32. Our other second quarter sponsors, the Skinner Law Firm, Injury and Consumer Rights Lawyers, phone 304-245-6613 or go to skinnerfirm.com as a Jefferson shot no good off the back of the rim by Jenkins, rebounded by Gainesville. Three-pointer from the left wing around the rim and no good by Polk, rebounded by Wyatt Shively for Jefferson, who's fouled with 2:30 left in this second quarter. Again, Gainesville 39, Jefferson 32.
I think we got our numbers fixed.
There you go.
My 2 looked like a 3.
But still, impressive so far. 6 threes.
Yeah.
For
6 out of
Jefferson.
10. Looking like the D'Antoni style of offense. Like just chuck up the threes and hope and pray it goes in and maybe have a guy close by.
Yep, I got
Wyatt or
2
Will
threes
Shively.
by Gladney, 2 by Jenkins. Looks like 1 by Shively and 1 by the other Shively.
Yep, that was what it was.
Yep, there we go.
Can't read my own handwriting.
You're fine. Gladney with the ball, double teamed at the left wing. Finds Johnson. Johnson has the pass go over his head off his right hand. He tries to recover. Eventually the ball was caught by Polk for Gainesville, but he steps out of bounds right in front of the scorer's table at 2:13 left in this second quarter. The ball gets back into the possession of the Cougars.
Again, head coach there, Justin Powers, did not like that. He thought he was pushed.
No call. Jefferson ball down by 7 in this second quarter. Johnson to inbounds. He does so in the back court. It's caught by Jenkins, who now breaks midcourt, calls out the play, sets up the offense for Jefferson, hands it to Johnson at the right wing, back to Jenkins in the right corner. Jenkins finds Gladney open in the left corner for 3, and it's good. Gladney, 3 threes tonight. He has 9 points in total, and a 4-point deficit now. Gainesville on top of Jefferson with 39-35, minute 45 to go in this second quarter.
Make that 7 of 11 field goals or threes for the Cougars.
Polk passes it the right side for Moody. Moody finds Parks. His three-pointer off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Jefferson. 2 Cougars dive to the court for the ball. 1 Gainesville player in the tie-up. Possession era, it looks like, for the Cougars with a minute 33 left. Slow getting up, I believe, was Johnson trying to wipe his eye. Might have got poked. He'll check out, it looks like, after that, or is he staying in? He's staying in, as it was Will Shively checking back in for Jefferson for his brother. Jenkins passes it to Will Shively. The ball almost intercepted. He's able to scoop it up, and his pass all the way across is tipped out of bounds by Ateum. These long passes right now are being read very easily by Gainesville. They have a lot of speed to fly across the court and at least put a hand on it.
Definitely disrupting the style of play the Cougars want to play.
Another floated pass, this one directly to Johnson. He kicks it to the left, intended for Gladney. It's intercepted. Back the other way goes Panshiri for Gainesville. Tries to go coast to coast, but a whistle stops him as he was driving the paint. And it's a foul with a minute 10 left. Gainesville 39, Jefferson 35 is your score. That foul against Jefferson will be the 6th team foul, so one more would send Gainesville to the line.
And Colin, you're used to Jefferson dictating the style of play that teams are going to play, but tonight, right now, it's Gainesville dictating the style of play being played.
I agree. As the ball intercepted on the inbound by Jenkins. Right side layup is good. He now has 12 points, and it's a one-possession game at 39-37. Moody double teamed as he breaks midcourt with his pass to the right side for Parks. Parks finds Ateum. He drives the right baseline. Shot was good, but they call it off as there was a foul on the floor beforehand. So that still sends Ateum to the free throw line for the 1-and-1 with 53.9 seconds left. 39-37. One possession lead for Gainesville. To the free throw line is Muhammad Ateum, the 6'1" junior forward. As 1-1 is up off the back of the rim, no good. Tipped by Jenkins, eventually rebounded by Polk. Polk finds Moody to the left glass. Shot up, and the foul from Ateum makes it 41-37 Gainesville with 47.6 seconds left.
Yeah, and that's just mismatch of people moving the ball around and then finding the open guy under the basket and then being too late to get there, so you foul him.
And that's the point that Coach Powers was making during the pregame, using the height to advantage, but again, a missed free throw by Ateum. Rebounded by Jefferson, slowing it down is Jenkins for the Cougars. 40 seconds left as he breaks midcourt. Setting up the offense is Jenkins. Finds Will Shively at the right wing. Tries to go in between his legs. Loses his handle. Instead, we'll just roll it out to Jenkins, and the ball deflected by Panchuri into the bench of Gainesville. Jefferson ball with 30 seconds left before halftime. Jefferson trails by 4.
Coach Powers is either not happy with the officials or happy with his players right now.
Inbounding it for Jefferson's Roper. He bounce passes it to Will Shively. Will Shively will pass to the left towards midcourt for Jenkins. 20 seconds left before halftime. Jenkins and Jefferson holding on for the last shot, it looks like, as they swing to the left side of the court for the offensive play. And it's a layup. Finger roll shot is good by Jenkins. He now has 14 points, puts it at 41-39. 8 seconds left. Realizing it finally is Moody. Finds Polk at the top of the key. Three-pointer at the buzzer. Off the front and back of the rim. No good. And that is the end of the first half. Gainesville 41. Jefferson 39. Let's step aside, take a 2-minute break, and then be back for our halftime show. You're tuned in to the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Thinking about making that big move but don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross in the Milestone Real Estate Group. Chris is a Martinsburg High School graduate and knows the local market, and he's proven it for the past 15 years at Milestone Real Estate Group. Looking to sell or buy a home? Phone 304-579-7349, and that's 304-579-7349, or go to callchrisross.com. Making milestones is our business.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Welcome back inside of the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Alongside me on the call, Spencer Dupuis. Our cameramen are Nick Verzolini and John Alderton. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop. We welcome you into our halftime show, brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. It is Gainesville up by 2 on Jefferson, 41-39. At the half, and here's your scores. Let's start with Jefferson. Leading the way is Jenkins with 14 points, Gladney and Will Shively with 9 points each, Talley with 4 points, and then Wyatt Shively with 3 points to total the 39 for Jefferson. For Gainesville, leading scorer is Panchiri with 12 points, Polk has 10 points, Moody has 7 points, and then 4 points each for Arterberry, White, and Iteum. equals the 41 for the Gainesville Cardinals. That is your scores and the first part of our Mansion Ferretti Law Firm halftime show. And we got 7 minutes until the third quarter, so we'll take another 2-minute break. And on the other side of that break, you'll hear from Dylan Bishop. You're tuned in to the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
You've been in an accident. A distracted driver put texting over safety. Your injuries, loss of income, and medical bills can last a long time, even a lifetime. Our job is to try and secure justice that will protect you and your family for the rest of your life. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team, with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center, 400 West Stevens Street, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's a ski trip in a versatile HRV, a night out in a sporty Civic, or seeing the lights in a stylish Accord.
Whoa, wow.
Nice! Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI.
Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market. Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market.
You've been in an accident. A distracted driver put texting over safety. Your injuries, loss of income, and medical bills can last a long time, even a lifetime. Our job is to try and secure justice that will protect you and your family for the rest of your life. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Hi, it's Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 Spencer Dupuis. When I got into a car accident and needed to get another vehicle, I wanted to go somewhere I could trust. So I went to the Heffley Motor Company at 993 Hedgesville Road.
As a first-time car buyer, I really didn't know what to expect. But at Heffley, they treated me like family. Every step in the process was seamless. Not only did they give me a great deal, but they also helped me secure an amazing interest rate. Now I know firsthand why Heffley has such a great reputation in this community.
I ride with Heffley Motor Company, so you should too.
WVU Heart and Vascular Institute offers world-class heart care close to home. Our board-certified physicians are performing groundbreaking procedures using cutting-edge techniques, and that's why we're expanding our services to every corner of our region, so you don't have to travel far to receive the great specialty care you deserve close to home. Now accepting new patients at all locations in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, Shepherdstown, Winchester, and at our newest office in Ranson. WVU Heart and Vascular Institute, world-class heart care close to home.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse as we get ready for the second half of action between Gainesville and Jefferson on day 2 of the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic. For those of you just tuning in, your score at the half is Gainesville 41, Jefferson 39. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuis. Our cameramen are Nick Verzolini and John Alderton. Back at the studio, who you just heard from a little while ago, is Dylan Bishop.
Colin's a star-studded press/media/food room here.
I know. I had to make sure at halftime that I got my food for how many people were in here. I wanted to make sure I actually got a sandwich before it all.
The king of touchdowns in college football's here.
Yeah, Tyson Bajan, who we mentioned earlier, has been invited to the Combine, is in the building.
He'll go to Florida, I believe, Monday to start training.
Gainesville will start off the third quarter. It's Arterberry passing it to Pancheri, who passes it to Moody. Moody tries to pass it down to the left block for White. It's tipped out of bounds. Gainesville keeps possession as it went out off Jefferson's Jenkins with 7:49 to go in the third. Arterberry inbounds it for Polk at the right wing. Polk dribbles a few times, then hands it off to Arterberry. Arterberry floats in from the right side. His jumper is good, and that makes it 43-39. Gainesville with 7.5 to go in the third.
He's now got 6.
And now Moody will pick up a foul as the pass was intended from Jenkins to Gladney. So that's the first foul of the half for Gainesville. 4-point lead for the Cardinals. Inbounding it for the Cougars will be Roper. Roper will be guarded on the inbound from Pancheri, but the inbound gets to Jenkins. Jenkins on the right side at the baseline will be fouled with 7:27 to go. So that's 2 quick fouls in the third quarter against Gainesville. It's a 4-point lead for Gainesville. Jefferson, though, if they can keep possession, maybe get a few more fouls.
Yeah.
We'll see a lot of free throws. Miscommunication between the Shively brothers. Back the other way is White, and the two-hand jam is good. That makes it 45-39.
Is that the third slam we've seen?
I think so,
We've gotten a slam in each game.
We have.
That's pretty awesome.
That one was Preston White, the 6'4" sophomore. Gladney for 3, though, responds. He now has 12 points, all from beyond the arc, to put it back in the one-possession game. It's 45-42 with 6:55 to go in the third.
8 of 12 are threes, field goals-wise, for the Cougars. And, you know, they're playing that D'Antoni-style basketball.
That's what you like to see if you're a Jefferson fan. Pancheri, though, trying to respond with a 3 of his own for Gainesville.
I think that could have been
right
over the back.
Wing is no good. Rebounded eventually by Shively, and Shively lands hard on Gainesville's, I believe that's Arterberry, trying to see the number. Actually, that's White.
Yeah, and they just got tangled up, and the ball is just a little too much tangled there, and kind of everybody just fell over.
Yeah, it looked like Shively was just a little bit too much pressure on the right shoulder of White, but he seems to be okay. He's getting up slowly and will make his way to the bench, but it was just two guys going after the ball, so I like that there was no foul called there.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything malicious, so let them play on, and fortunately it wasn't anything too extreme to warrant an injury, even though there's unhappy fans.
But the Martinsburg trainer is going to look at him because he may have knocked his head against the wood.
Jenkins now, as we refocus in on the action, hands it to Roper. Roper finds Gladney in the right corner. His three-pointer no good as he stepped out of bounds too. So with 6:25 to go, it's 45-42. Gainesville still leads over Jefferson as the turnover gives the ball to the Cardinals. Arterberry will make his way past midcourt, guarded by Roper. He dribbles to the left side, hands it to Panshiri. Panshiri will pass it to the right side for Moody. Moody now waiting for a teammate to restart the offense. Passes to the left side for Arterberry. Arterberry at the left corner will drive to the right side. He goes up and is hit hard to the court, but they'll just say it's in out of bounds. Keeping the ball is Gainesville with 6:03 to go.
Yeah, Wyatt Shively there, and no harm, no foul.
Arterberry inbounds to Moody at the right corner. He's now going to dribble his way out to the wing. Now driving in to the paint, picks up his dribble, kicks it out to Panshiri at the left side for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Wyatt Shively. Back the other way now is Will Shively for Jefferson. Pulls up quickly for three, and it's good. We're tied. Will Shively now has 12 points, and it's 45 all with 5:40 to go in the third.
9 of 13 now from beyond the arc.
Moody at the top of the key, drives to the right side, kicks it out for Polk. Polk, three-pointer no good, rebounded by Gladney for Jefferson. He goes coast to coast, finds the right side. It's, I believe, Talley, and Talley kicks it out to the left side for Will Shively. Another three is good. Jefferson now leads.
Back-to-back threes for Will Shively. That could later on be the moment of the game.
We saw that as our moment of the game last night in the win. And now we have a whistle blown, and it looks like it's a foul. Don't know which Shively it will be on with 5:06 to go in this third quarter. It is 48-45, Jefferson leading Gainesville. Your third quarter presented on TV 10 by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Phone 304-263-3361, as well as Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Shively intercepts the inbound, and it's a breakaway for Jefferson. Left side layup, up and good by Jenkins, and a timeout called by Gainesville as it's a 5-point lead for the Cougars. Let's take a 30-second break. You're tuned into the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs. Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Field House. Game one that we have for you. It's Jefferson on top of Gainesville by a score of 50-45. And Spencer, you were just mentioning a pretty nice run to start off for Jefferson here in this third quarter of play.
Yeah, they came out this half, and they've just been rolling on an 11-4 run right now, and we see them take this 4-point lead.
Yeah, it's been Gladney, Jenkins, as well as Will Shively with back-to-back threes to total up that 11 points in this third quarter. But it's Gainesville with the ball after the timeout from Justin Powers, the head coach of the Cardinals. 4:56 to go in the third quarter. It's Arterberry bringing it up the floor for Gainesville. He's met by Jenkins as he breaks midcourt. Bounce passes it to the right wing for Moody. Moody picks up his dribble, now gets it back to the top of the key for Arterberry. He puts up a three-pointer. It's short. No good. Rebounded by Wyatt Shively. Back the other way for Jefferson's Jenkins. And his pocket's picked by Arterberry. 2v2. Arterberry keeping it himself. Spin around. Finds a guy behind him driving the paint. It's McCall. His shot no good. Rebounded again by Wyatt Shively. And Shively will dish it to Jenkins, who slows it down now for Jefferson. Jenkins dribbles with his right hand right on Martinsburg's logo at midcourt. Now passes it to the left side for Gladney. Gladney finds Will Shively, who finds Jenkins at the top of the key. He drives in, Euro step. Layup is good. Off the rim twice before a falling three by Jenkins. He now has 18 points, and it's a 52-45 lead for Jefferson. Arterberry with the ball, bounce passing it to the left side for Moody. He gets a pick from McCall before backing away with a dribble as Moody. Moody calls out the play, guarded closely by Jenkins, finds Arterberry at the right wing, dishing it down low to Polk. Polk in the paint is fouled with 3:39 to go in the third quarter. That's going to send Polk to the free throw line as that foul goes against Jefferson's Gladney.
Yeah, I think this is a crucial possession and now subsequent free throws for the Cardinals because they're already down 7 right now when they were leading by 2 at halftime.
Fortunately, that's only Gladney's first foul of the game as Polk sinks the first free throw. That's his first points of the second half. He now has 11 in total and cuts the lead to 6 at 52-46. Jefferson on top of Gainesville. Substitute coming in for Gainesville as McCall stepped out. Second free throws up by Polk and good. Makes it 52-47. Jenkins slowly makes his way up midcourt, breaks midcourt, and will hand it to Roper. Roper at the top of the key, kicks it out to the right side. Three-pointer at the wing is no good by Will Shively off the front of the rim and tipped to out of bounds off Gainesville, so that keeps the possession in the hands of Jefferson.
Yeah, it was
with
Parks,
3:23.
and Parks' back of his foot was on the line. Great call by the official.
Ball inbounded to Wyatt Shively, almost goes out of bounds. He's able to get it right before going out of bounds.
I think it was more to Jenkins.
Three, decides not to take it. Gives it to Gladney. Gladney to Jenkins. NBA range three, no good. Rebounded by Wyatt Shively. Finds Will Shively in the left corner. His three around the rim, no good. Wyatt Shively again with the rebound. Too hard off the glass was his shot. He gets his rebound again and then is tied up with 3:04 to go in the third quarter, down low between him and Terry. Timeout called. It is Jefferson 52, Gainesville 47. Let's keep it here. It's been a wild one so far, as we already got our quarter sponsors.
It's been a wild one, and I really think that those pivotal back-to-back threes and subsequent steal and pass to Jenkins by Will Shively is the catalyst right now for the Cougars.
Well, thank you for reminding me, because I accidentally misread one. Our third quarter was Smallwood and Small Insurance and not Parsons Ford. That's the fourth quarter. Our third quarter is also brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com for more. So my apologies there on the little mix-up, but we're back in action now in this third quarter of play. 3 minutes and 4 seconds remain after the timeout taken by Jefferson. They have 2 left, as well as Gainesville with 2 timeouts left. Ball inbounded to Jenkins. He finds Will Shively at the right block, and he's fouled on the floor by Moody. And Coach Justin Powers not happy, expressing his frustration to the officiating crew right now, and it's the loudest in the room, so you can pick it up easily from up here, his displeasure. 3 minutes to go, another inbound for Jefferson. Ball immediately inbounded to Will Shively, who kicks it to Jenkins. Jenkins finds Gladney in the right corner. His three off the side of the backboard and no good. Rebounded by Gainesville's Polk.
Yeah, I think right now for the Cougars, they need to continue to play good defense, but it just seems like they're leaving the Cardinals in this ballgame.
Moody drives in. His floater off the back of the rim and falls through. Makes it 52-49.
Like I said, now a 3-point ballgame. The Cougars need to take over like they did 4 minutes or 3.5 minutes ago.
Jenkins finds Will Shively.
Wyatt Shively.
Thank you. Shot no good by Roper. He gets his own rebound. This time finds Will Shively, but eventually it's taken away by Ateum. Slowing down the offense for Gainesville's Moody. Moody picks up his dribble, finds Ateum in the right corner. He dribbles once, dishes it to Polk. Polk guarded by 3 Cougars, so he finds a wide open teammate. It's Parks on the other side of the floor. And he gives it to Arterberry at the left elbow. His jumper too hard off the rim, no good. Gets his own rebound, gives it to Ateum, and we have a foul. It's an offensive foul against Iteum, who drove in, and taking the charge was Jefferson Shively.
Yeah, great job by Shively there to be able to get in position, set those feet, and get that charge.
52-49, Jefferson leads Gainesville with 1:53 left in the third quarter. Shively to inbound. Full court press by Gainesville. The inbound eventually to Johnson, who gives it back to Shively, back to Johnson now, who's double teamed. He can't find anybody trying to escape, and a whistle blows as Coach Lewis was able to get a timeout for Jefferson before the 10-second violation. So let's take a 30-second break. You're tuned into the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Welcome back to the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic at Martinsburg High School. It is Jefferson 52, Gainesville 49, as Jefferson's 7-point lead has now dwindled down to 3 after taking the lead, trailing for a majority of the first half and down by 2 to start this third quarter. But it's been an impressive third quarter so far by Jefferson, but things have kind of slowed down offensively for the Cougars, Spencer. They have the ball, though.
They do have the ball. Sorry, Nick texted me something kind of funny. There's a guy on the coaching staff for Millbrook that looks like Chase Young. So he said, do you want me to get an interview with Chase Young? He's up here.
Ball inbounded to Gladney, back over to Shively at the left wing. He drives in, puts up a layup. It's too hard off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Gainesville. Back the other way is Arterberry for the Cardinals. He passes it to Pancheri, who's had a quiet third quarter. Pancheri still has his dribble. He decides to take it at the right wing, picks it up, gives it to Iteri at the corner, finds Polk wide open down low, around the rim and good from Polk. He now has 14 points and cuts the deficit to 1 as Jefferson leads 52-51. Jenkins drives through 4 defenders, finds Johnson on the right side. His layup is good. That's Johnson's first 2 points, and it's now 54-51, under a minute left in the third.
Yeah, good to see Johnson getting involved for the Cougars.
Arterberry gives it to Polk at the left side, finds Terry at the top of the key, back to Arterberry at the right wing. Tries to get it to Polk, who kicks it out to Pancheri. Pancheri's 3, no good off the front of the rim, rebounded by Arterberry. He finds Moody at the top of the key. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Moody going to slow down the offense for Gainesville, who trails by 3 against Jefferson. Moody bounce passes it to Polk. Polk finds Iteri at the left side. Iteri passes it over the head to Moody. Moody to Arterberry, down low for Polk. Polk posts up, his shot no good, but fouled with 16.7 seconds left in the third. And that'll send Polk to the free throw line to shoot 2. It's 54-51, Jefferson leads Gainesville. Polk cut in this already one-possession game as Jefferson leads by 3. Potentially make it a 1-point game if he can sink both of these. He's already 3 for 3 today from the free throw line. It's the first one goes through. So now 4 for 4 and 15 points for Polk. Makes it 54-52. Jefferson on top of Gainesville.
And, you know, I thought the moment of the game was a while ago, about 5:15 left, when Shively made back-to-back threes and then a subsequent steal, but that hasn't happened yet.
Polk misses his second free throw and then pushes Jenkins in the back. So that foul will give Jefferson the ball with 14.9 seconds left as they get to inbound it underneath the defensive basket for the Cougars. It'll be Talley inbounding it for Jefferson, and he inbounds it right in front of him to Jenkins. Jenkins slowly makes his way on the far side of the court, and now goes to the court as he looks like was pushed by Arterberry, unless they give the foul to Moody. 9.1 seconds left, and they call it against Moody. That's the 6th team foul against Gainesville, which means one more, and it's free throws the rest of the way, and we still have a fourth quarter left of action. Ball inbounded to Jenkins, who's all the way on the defensive end of the court.
He's got to get up for a shot.
Finally breaks midcourt. 3 seconds left. Whistle blows with 3.1 seconds as trying to go coast to coast was Jenkins. He put up a layup on the left side, but it doesn't matter. And is that another foul against Gainesville's Moody? It is. That's the 7th foul. So with 3.1 seconds left in the third quarter,
1-1.
It's 1-1 the rest of the way for Jefferson.
That could get them lucky in this ball game if they could shoot well from the charity stripe.
They've only been to the charity stripe twice in total of shots. So one time for Shively, but it was 2 shots. And he made both. But now it's Jenkins, who already has 18 points today, to the free throw line to try to extend Jefferson's 54-52 lead. He banks it in. He now has 19 points and makes it 55-52 Jefferson leading Gainesville. Gets the ball back for the second free throw. And he's able to make that one too. Give him 20 points on the night and extend Jefferson's lead to 4. Inbound to Arterberry. Arterberry's shot on the far side, off the glass, and no good. And that's the end of the third quarter. It's Jefferson 56, Gainesville 52. We'll take a 1-minute break, then be back for the fourth quarter. You're tuned into the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for Dollar Wings and Monday Night Football, Thursdays on the patio for the Cornhole Tourney, Friday night lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for steak night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
Find that new Chevy truck or SUV you've been searching for right here at CMA Chevrolet of Martinsburg. With over 100 new Chevys in stock, you have options. We have the Silverados, Equinoxes, and more to meet your needs. And we are not selling over MSRP. Get power and fuel efficiency with the all-new Silverado 1500 LTD, space and savings on a new Equinox. And that's not all. Every new Chevrolet has a lifetime powertrain warranty. And did we mention we are not selling over MSRP? Find new roads at CMAChevroletofMartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School for the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic, Day 2. It's 56-52. Jefferson leading Gainesville.
Yeah.
So we enter the fourth quarter. Now it looks like it will be Gainesville to start with the ball. Lining up to inbound is Parks. Parks will inbound it to Pancheri at the top of the key. Finds Polk at the left wing. His three-pointer no good. And going to the court after trying to get the rebound was Pancheri. And it looks like it's against one of the Shively brothers. And this one will be Will Shively picking up the foul, as both him and Wyatt were arguing amongst one another after that about who was supposed to box out who. 7:54 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Colin, this is still anyone's ball game right now. It's a 4-point lead for the Cougars. It's not over yet.
So it will be Arterberry to inbound for Gainesville. Arterberry floats a pass over everybody and finds Polk at the top of the key. He dribbles once, passes it to the right side for Pancheri. Pancheri dribbles back towards the logo. Now drives into Polk. Polk gets the bounce pass from Pancheri. Gives it to Terry. Terry gives it to Pancheri. Pancheri gets it to Polk. Polk to Parks. Parks at the top of the key. Almost has the ball stolen by Jenkins, but he reaches in and gets called with a foul with 7:32 to go. Jenkins was trying to see if Parks lost his focus, but instead picks up the fifth team foul for Jefferson. They lead by 4 against Gainesville. It's Parks to inbound. He gets it to Arterberry. Arterberry in the backcourt, double teamed by Jefferson. He has to go from left to right. Now finds Polk in the right corner. His pass goes all the way to the left wing, and caught by Parks. Parks gives it to Pancheri. Pancheri drives the left side, gets into the paint, and is fouled by Jefferson's Moses Talley. That's the 6th team foul in the third and the first 45 seconds of this fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Arterberry inbounds it, and it's a kick ball by Talley. No time even went off the clock on that one, so it's still 7:16 to go in this fourth quarter. Nobody scored yet. It's still Jefferson 56, Gainesville 52. Arterberry bounce passes it in, and it looks like we're going to get a call. I think it was Arterberry stepping over the inbounds line during his inbound pass. So Jefferson gets the ball. Almost saw that last night, but it wasn't called. This time we do get to see it. As it's Jefferson with the ball. Jenkins picks up his dribble after breaking midcourt, gets it to Gladney. Gladney pulls up from the right elbow and drains it. Gladney now has 14 and makes it 58-52. Jefferson on top of Gainesville. Ball almost intercepted, but it gets to Parks for Gainesville. He finds a Terry in the right corner. Terry's pass caught by Arterberry.
Try the three here.
Kicks it out for Parks for three at the top of the key. It's good. That's Parks' first points, and it's now 58-55, and a timeout called by Gainesville.
Where's he been the entire game? If he can make it from three, where's he been?
6:43 remains in the fourth quarter. As we'll keep it here. It's only a 30-second timeout. And Spencer, let's get our fourth quarter sponsors.
Yeah, brought to you on TV 10 by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Also by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers. Leading healthcare here and everywhere, Colin.
Thank you, Spencer. It's Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Nick Verzolini and John Alderton are our cameramen for Game 1. Back at the studio, it's Dylan Bishop. After this one, we'll have the Martinsburg Bulldogs game against the Millbrook Pioneers. It will be Nick Verzolini on the call for that one. I'll join him, and it will be Spencer and John on cameras. Dylan's still back at the studio, hanging out.
Yeah, I don't think he can switch.
No, he'd have to drive really fast, and we
break some laws. We don't want anybody breaking laws.
Jenkins gets the inbound for Jefferson as they lead by 3 against Gainesville. Jenkins breaks midcourt on the right side. He finds Gladney at the wing. He'll dribble drive to the top of the key, dish it to Wyatt Shively, and he at the left block goes off the glass and in. He now has 5 points, extends the lead to 5 for Jefferson.
That's his second shot, second made basket of the game. He's up to 5 points.
Polk picks up his dribble, finds Panshiri. He dribbles once, turns around, finds Polk again. Polk shot in the right corner for 2 is good. Polk now has 17, and it's a 60-57 lead with 6 minutes left for
That
Jefferson.
was like a perfect shot when it went in the net, Colin. It like poofed it out.
Johnson hands it over to Jenkins in the right corner. He'll drive to the wing, give it back to Johnson. Back now for Jenkins. Will slowly back his way towards midcourt and slow down this offense. 5:40 to go in the fourth. 3-point lead for Jefferson. Johnson finds Gladney for 3. No good. Rebounded by Polk down low. And he'll get it to Iteri. Iteri gives it up to Arterberry.
Talley was trying to get the rebound there, but just the height is a big difference in this game, as Coach Power said, for the Cardinals.
Mateum finds Parks. Parks for 3 to tie it. It's good. We're tied.
Where has Parks been? He's just in the scoring column. He's hit 2 threes this quarter. Where was he in the first half?
Jenkins gets it to Gladney. Gladney guarded by Parks. Now passes to the right side for Jenkins at midcourt. Jenkins starts to dribble. Waiting for a pick by Shively. Gets it. Goes to the right wing. Finds Johnson in the left wing for 3. It's too hard. No good. And goes out of bounds off the hands of Wyatt Shively. 4:41 to go. Gainesville has the ball as we're tied at 60 apiece.
Yeah, this game, like I said a few minutes ago, there's no clear winner right now. It's the momentum is here to be gained in the next really probably a minute.
Ball inbounded to Arterberry. Arterberry will bounce pass it to Polk. Polk will hand it back to Arterberry, who's guarded by Jefferson's Roper before breaking midcourt. He picks up his dribble, gets it to Polk. Polk finds Ateum. Ateum bounce passes it to the left side at the wing for Arterberry. Finds Parks. NBA range 3, it's good. 63-60. Gainesville retakes the lead over Jefferson, and it's been Parks with 9 points in the fourth, all from beyond the arc.
Where did he come from? He wasn't even playing in the first half. I don't think he didn't even have a shot.
Gladney tries to respond for Jefferson. He misses it. It's rebounded by Shively. Out of bounds off Shively's the call. He was tied up with Iteum, didn't get the foul, and it's 3:59 to go in the fourth. 63-60 Gainesville. They inbound it to Iteum. Iteum finds Pancheri. He drives in, and his shot out of the hands, ripped by Shively. Back the other way. Jenkins finds Will Shively in the left corner. He pump fakes, drives the baseline, puts up a J-hook in the paint. It's good by Shively. He now has 17, cuts the deficit back to 1 at 63-62. Gainesville leads the Cougars. 3.5 to go in the fourth. Pancheri breaks midcourt, guarded by Jenkins.
So far, all three games we broadcast are great ball games.
Bounce pass to Polk. Polk finds Iteum. Iteum gets it to Pancheri. Pancheri to Polk, and he powers his way on the left side and gets it to go. 65-62. Gainesville leads Jefferson. Jenkins at the right side. Dribbles in. Goes for a Euro step. Off the glass is his left-handed layup. No good. Rebounded by Gainesville.
And these are games that the Cougars are going to learn from. They had a tough loss to Morgantown. But if they want to get back to that state tournament and make it to the state championship, they're going to need to pull out games like this one.
Arterberry in the right corner. Passes it to Iteum at the top of the key. Back to Arterberry. And he's fouled by Shively with 2:44 to go.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know I would take that foul. Already down 3 here.
And that was the 7th team foul on Jefferson, so that means it's 1-and-1s now for Gainesville. Who tonight from the free throw line have made 4 free throws and have missed 3. So 4 of 7 as a team. It's Arterberry. Gets the ball for his 1-and-1s. And he misses it. It's rebounded by Jenkins for Jefferson, who trail by 3 with 2:30 to go in this fourth quarter. Jenkins finds Talley at the top of the key, gets it to Johnson left wing, back to Gladney at the right wing, and a foul called off the ball as Talley, it looks like, was pushed with 2.5 to go in this fourth quarter. It's Gainesville 65, Jefferson 62. Your point, Spencer.
Colin, I don't necessarily know right here you need to go for a 3. You still got 2.5 minutes left.
Well, you can't because Talley's at the free throw line after that foul. That's the 8th team foul.
Forgot about that.
Your point's still taken and
but I don't necessarily know the next time they get here if they're down 3. I don't necessarily know you need to take one. You've got time. You don't need to force.
Yes, there's still a lot of time.
You don't
left.
need to force a shot, is what I was trying to say.
And we could still see overtime too potentially, as we have a very lengthy pause before Moses tallies 1-and-1s. Wyatt Shively will check in for Will Shively.
Which, having Will Shively out here, unless they're going to bring him back in momentarily, they're going to need him to get back in here with the way he's been shooting tonight.
Talley's first free throw up and good. That makes it 65-63. Gainesville still leads Jefferson, but it's cut to 2 points as the deficit. Talley to try to make it a 1-point game. Does so as he makes the second free throw. He now has 6 points, 2.5 to go. It's 65-64 Gainesville. Inbound intercepted by Wyatt Shively. Finds Gladney in the right corner for 3. Tried to bank it in. No good. Rebounded by Gainesville. Arterberry's fouled with 2:22 to go in the back court.
It's those reach-in fouls, Colin. It's those reach-in fouls that have got the Cougars the last 2 times around.
It's the 8th team foul against Jefferson.
Those are things you don't necessarily need to do.
And that will send Gainesville's Arterberry to the free throw line. And he just missed one. Can he find redemption and extend Gainesville's lead as they lead 65-64 over Jefferson? He makes it off the front and the back of the rim. He now has 7 points and makes it 66-64 Gainesville. Arterberry gets the ball back. 5'9" junior, second free throw up and good. Give him 8 points tonight. It's now a 3-point game at 67-64. 2:15 to go in the fourth. Jenkins with the ball for Jefferson. Slowly breaks midcourt.
Good shot selection here if you're the Cougars.
Finds Will Shively, who gives it back to Jenkins at the top of the key. 2 minutes now left on the clock.
Don't just shoot the three if it's there. You got to see if it's there.
Jenkins guarded very intently by Arterberry. Bounce passes it to Will Shively at the left wing. He's going to drive in, go up for a layup, too hard off the glass, no good. Whistle blows with 1:54 to go. It's Gainesville 67, Jefferson 64. That foul against Gainesville will send Will Shively to the charity stripe to shoot free throws, as he's 2 for 2 already tonight from the free throw line. It's a 1-and-1, as that was the 9th team foul for Gainesville. Shively gets the ball, his free throws up, and he sinks it. He now has 18 points and makes it 67-65.
Rivals what he had yesterday.
Yep, he had 18 points exactly. He's now trying to surpass that if he can sink this one. And he does so. He now has 19 points, and the lead for Gainesville back to only 1 at 67-66 with 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Polk to inbound, running on the baseline. Eventually inbounds it to Panshiri. Panshiri double teamed in the left corner, and a timeout called by Gainesville. They will have one timeout left, and let's take a 30-second break. You're tuned in to the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Welcome back. 1 minute, 50 seconds remain in a very intense ball game. Fourth
All
quarter,
of these games have
67-66. Gainesville on top of Jefferson. The Skip Fowler Memorial Classic, day number 2. Both games that we had yesterday,
that's what I was
the
going to say.
deficit was 2 points in each of them. And right now it's a 1-point ball game. Gainesville trying to improve to 9-2. Jefferson trying to improve to 4-1. Before they hit conference play, as the next opponent for Jefferson is next Tuesday here, or there, against Martinsburg. Okay, I had it flipped. Friday we're here.
Yes,
for Martinsburg Spring
Mills. Yes.
There we go.
So if the Cougars win, Nick will be joined by head coach Richard Lewis, hopefully.
But first, we have an inbound for Gainesville. Inbounding it is Iteum. Iteum gets the ball from our official. Full court press for Jefferson. He inbounds it to Arterberry. Arterberry guarded by Shively. Almost gets fouled, but he breaks through and breaks midcourt. Bounce passes it to Parks at the right wing. He's double teamed. Finds Arterberry in the right corner. Drives the baseline. His shot no good, but he's fouled. He'll get helped up off the floor. It's that foul against Jefferson's Wyatt Shively will send Gainesville to the free throw line with 1:36 to go in this 1-point game.
Yeah, and that's Wyatt Shively's 4th foul.
Arterberry 2 for 3 this quarter, and as a whole in this game, misses the first free throw.
And that's big because if he makes the second one, it'll be a 2-point ball game. Comparatively, if he made both, it'd be a 3-point ball game. How we had it.
Yep, that means they could take the lead still, and it's a one-possession game that you can take the lead in other than tying it, as he does sink the second one, so he now has 9 points, makes it 68-66. Gainesville on top of Jefferson. Jenkins will take it up court for the Cougars, goes to the right side, gets a pick, now dribbles to the top of the key, finds Shively open for 3, and he makes it! Jefferson on top, 69-68 with 1:20 to go. Shively now has 22 points on the night.
What else can we say about Will Shively? He's just Captain Will.
Arterberry to Panshiri for 3, no good from the right corner, rebounded by Wyatt Shively. He finds Johnson. Johnson bounce passes it to Gladney, and Gladney goes off the back of the backboard. They didn't see it, so there's no whistle blown. They break midcourt. It's Jenkins, under a minute to go. Jefferson leads by 1. He finds Gladney. Gladney gets into Johnson at the left side. Gainesville trying to get a foul in, eventually does so. It's Iteum with 51.3 seconds to go. And a missed call there. The throw behind in the defensive backcourt went off the bottom of the backboard.
If the ref didn't see it, they didn't see it, sadly.
Instead, it's Johnson shooting free throws. He'll have 2 as that's the 10th team foul against Gainesville. Johnson only has 2 points tonight coming in this half, trying to extend Jefferson's lead, and he makes the first one to make it 70-68 Cougars on top of the Cardinals.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. He's the younger brother of Cam Johnson at Potter House Prep School, going to Notre Dame College next year.
This is the second end of the free throws that keeps it a 2-point game. Arterberry has the ball for Gainesville. Breaks mid-court, guarded by Jenkins. Bounce passes it to Polk. Polk finds Iteum at the top of the key. He bounce passes to the right side for Arterberry. Arterberry will get it to Parks. Parks back to Arterberry. 30 seconds left in the fourth. Arterberry gets to the Panshiri at the top of the key. He's at the right elbow, kicks it out to Arterberry. Pump fakes at the top of the key. Bounce passes to Parks at the left wing.
They want
Parks
the last
guarded
shot
by Johnson,
here.
finds Iteum to tie. It's no good. Rebounded by Wyatt Shively.
Will
Shively. 18.4 seconds to go, and that sends Will Shively to the free throw line. 70-68. Jefferson leads Gainesville, and if he can make both, that makes it a 2-possession game.
And Colin, he had 9 points at halftime. He's now got, 24? 25?
22.
22.
So far tonight, he's 4 for 4 from the free throw line. The first one up into the air, and he misses it. That keeps it at 70-68. Jefferson leading Gainesville.
Once again, Colin, a thriller here at the Fieldhouse in the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic.
Second free throw up. That one is good. So now Shively has 23 points. It makes it 71-68, and we'll have a timeout called with 18.4. It's a full timeout called by Jefferson, so let's take a 30-second break. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
To the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. 18.4 seconds left in the fourth quarter between Jefferson and Gainesville, as Jefferson currently leading 71-68 over Gainesville, as the Cougars just called their final timeout. There's still one left on the other side for Gainesville. After this one, Martinsburg takes on Millbrook as the timeout concludes for Jefferson. Both teams will take the court. It's Gainesville with the ball after the free throws by Shively. Inbounding it for Gainesville will be Polk as Jefferson sets up its full court press. Polk will be guarded right at the baseline by Shively. Polk inbounds it to Iteum. Iteum gets it to Arterberry, and Arterberry breaks midcourt and calls a timeout with 13.9 seconds to go. We'll keep it here after this one, and that's the final timeout taken by Gainesville. 13.9 seconds. It's Jefferson 71, Gainesville 68. And looking at everything on the score column right now, you need a three-pointer to tie. Gainesville will write up a final play. You got to get it to Polk, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's been the leading scorer so far tonight, and if you don't get to him, then I don't know what you're doing. I mean, what? He's got
19
points.
However, Parks, at the start of this quarter, was red hot from the three-point line. He has 9 points, all coming from beyond that arc. So if Parks is in, you got to keep an eye on him too.
Yeah,
even though he's gone cold after the first few minutes of this quarter.
Yeah, but he hasn't really had many shots.
So we'll have to see. Is trying to look down at that board right below us at Gainesville for what they're drawing up. It's been a thriller.
Colin, I think you need like what you use for football there.
Yeah, if I had my football binoculars, it'd be
maybe that'd be a little helpful.
But Jefferson's ready to go as
the
Gainesville
buzzer
still
did go
trying
off.
to get the
the buzzer did go off, and the refs are giving him a lot more time.
Powers will give him that final.
Seemed like the refs maybe realized it was a missed call, and they gave him a little bit more time on the timeout.
Itayam will be the inbounder for Gainesville, and he's set at the right side of the scores table. Again, 13.9 seconds remain in the fourth quarter. Gainesville trails Jefferson by 3. Itayam trying to inbound it, can't do so. Finds Polk eventually in the right corner. His two-pointer is good. They're calling it a 3. Ooh, we might have to see the replay on that, but we're tied with 5 seconds to go, and we have a foul called. Itayam thought it was a 2 to make it only a 1-point game. They called it a 3, so he intentionally fouled. Jefferson will now go to the free throw line with 4.9 seconds to go and a chance to retake the lead.
This is where in college basketball and the NBA, you'd see them go to the monitor and check out exactly what happened. They don't have that here in high school, so they can't. Now we're just going to be talking it up, and who knows what's going to happen.
Correct, I said?
Yeah.
So we'll see if they do credit it with a 3 or with a 2 first, as the officials are talking amongst one another. Right now, the scoreboard has it as a 3-pointer, so we're tied up at 71. From my viewpoint, I thought his foot was on the line, and it should have been a 2-pointer. And I think that's what they're saying now. They just took a point off the scoreboard. So it's Jefferson 71.
Wow.
Gainesville 70.
That is huge in this ball game.
Didn't need my binoculars that time, Spencer.
That is huge in this ball game.
So we had an intentional foul. It will be Jefferson going to the free throw line to shoot with 4.9 seconds left.
Trying to get the replay on this here. Oh, he was way in front of the line, so good call. He was a good.
Both feet, I
think,
were
both
in front
feet were in front of the line here. Great call by the officials to get together and decide things.
Yes,
here.
great camera work by John Alderton as he makes sure we get that one out there for those tuned in, as it is Jefferson's Jenkins, who has 20 points already to the free throw line to shoot. First one up and good. Make it 21 points now for Jenkins. That extends Jefferson's lead to 72-70 with 4.9 seconds. Again, neither team has a timeout left. So the ball's live no matter what if he misses this, and they can't stop the clock. It's up. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Arterberry. Arterberry finds Polk. Polk loses the ball, puts up a prayer. It's good! Gainesville!
Pandemonium in the field house!
Polk, dog-piled underneath the basket, has just won it for the Gainesville Cardinals at the horn. The Cardinals improved to 9-2. Jefferson falls to 3-2.
Pandemonium in the field house.
Wow. Polk is the hero tonight. After a 2-pointer it was called that he thought was a 3 to tie, he gets redemption and makes the final 3-pointer. Let's take a 2-minute break so that we can calm our minds and get ready for our post-game show. Final score, Gainesville 73, Jefferson 72. Again, a 2-minute break. You're tuned in to the Martinsburg Skip Fowler Memorial Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Thinking about making that big move but don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group. Chris is a Martinsburg High School graduate and knows the local market, and he's proven it for the past 15 years at Milestone Real Estate Group. Looking to sell or buy a home? Phone 304-579-7349. That's 304-579-7349. Or go to callchrisross.com. Making milestones is our business.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Final score, Gainesville 73, Jefferson 72 after the buzzer beater 3 by Grant Polk. As we welcome you into the post-game show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard with a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Let's get into our game stats brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer in Round 11 south of Inwood, taking care of you like it's nobody's business. Jefferson's leading scorer tonight was Will Shively with 23. Behind him was Jenkins with 21. Gladney had 14 points. Talley had 6 points. Wyatt Shively had 5 points. Johnson had 3 points, and that's all for Jefferson. Gainesville's leading scorer, Polk, 24 points tonight. Panshiri had 12 points. It was Parks and Moody with 9 points each, as well as Arterberry with 9 points. White had 6. Rounding out the score column for Gainesville was Iteum with 4 points. That's, again, your game stats brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers. Let's now get into our awards quickly, Spencer, so we can wrap things up and gear up for Martinsburg against Millbrook. You want to start with the rejection of the game or the moment of the game?
We'll go with the rejection of the game. It's going to go to Wyatt Shively there with about 3:52 left in the ball game. Wasn't necessarily a rejection in the fact that he swatted it away, but he got the ball right as it was coming out of the hands, and it was a turnover, went back the other way. That's my rejection of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body. At 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Now on to the moment of the game, brought to you by Chris Ross of the Milestone Real Estate Group. Buying or selling a home, call 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. I had like so many written down, but it's got to be those Parks 3 threes in the ball game because he came in the fourth quarter, and that was a spark to me. And now, the one and only player of the game, brought to you by Kelly's Allstate Insurance. For all your insurance needs, call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg. I don't really need any introduction for this one. It's got to be number 13, Grant Polk for Gainesville with the buzzer beater heave 3. Just a prayer, really. I mean,
yeah,
it's just a prayer.
It was, and the prayer was answered. Again, final score at Gainesville 73, Jefferson 72. We'll now step aside, have a few commercials so that we can flip over for those tuned in on YouTube. We'll be switching streams to get ready between Martinsburg and Millbrook at the Skip Fowler Memorial Classic. For Nick Verzolini, Dylan Bishop, John Alderton, Spencer Dupuy, I'm Colin McLaughlin saying so long from Martinsburg Fieldhouse. For now, we'll be back in a few minutes.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, CMA Honda of Winchester, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, Hagerstown Ford, Orsini's Home Store, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, and WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.